Hello everyone, this is Namita Basnotra and this is the second video on three-dimensional shapes. If you have not seen the first video, you must watch it now. Okay, and then in this video, I will be telling you how to count the faces, edges, vertices of a sphere, cone, cylinder, triangular pyramid, prism, and more. I will be introducing some nice, interesting shapes which are not there in your textbook. So, shall we begin? So children, as we have seen that in three-dimensional shapes, you have three dimensions. Like we have height here, right? Length and width. So when you have three dimensions in a shape, they're called three-dimensional shapes. And now let's learn what are the edges, vertices, and faces in three-dimensional shapes. Each side of a three-dimensional solid is called a face. Now I have taken two solids for you which are showing different kind of faces. Like in the first one we have a rectangular face, and in the second one we have a triangular face and also a square face at the bottom. You see? So let's learn what are the edges in three-dimensional shapes. So when two faces meet at a line, it is called an edge. So let's look at this 3D shape here. So we have one face over here and we have another face over here. And can you see they are meeting at a line? Yes. So this line here, this one is called an edge. And there are so many edges here formed by other faces. And then I have also taken an example that this line can be a straight line of an edge, and an edge can be a curved line too. So this line here in the cone is also an edge, and can you see, is it straight or it is curved? Yes, it is curved. So let's learn what are the vertices in three-dimensional shapes. So before that, you should be familiar with the singular of this word vertices. The singular of the word vertices is vertex. Okay, so in three-dimensional shapes, when at least three edges meet at a point, then it is called a vertex. Like here in this, we can see 1, 2, and the third edge meeting each other, and this point here then will be called the vertex of this solid shape. And I've also taken another solid where we will see that there are four edges meeting with each other to form a vertex point. Fine. So it's time, children, that we should learn that how many edges, vertices, and faces are there in different shapes. So we'll begin with spheres, and I will be showing you some other shapes also, very interesting one. So this is going to be very interesting. So let's count how many edges, faces, and vertices are there in a sphere. So as you see, we begin with the faces. So there is only one face here. Can you see? Only one face. So this is the face here. I've colored it green already. So I'm just overwriting it for you. So there's only one face in a sphere. Okay. So now let's count how many edges are there. So let me just erase it. So there are 0 edges. There is no edge in a sphere. Can you tell me why? Because for edges, you need two faces to meet, right? To form a line, a curved line or a line segment. We just did that. But here, we don't have two faces. So that's the reason there are 0 edges in a sphere. And also for vertices, how many vertices are there? There are 0 vertices or 0 vertex here in a sphere. Why? Because for vertices, we need, yes, 3 edges. So a sphere has a face, one face, 0 edge, and 0 vertex. Fine. So children, let's count now the vertices, faces, and edges in a cone. Yes, interesting, no? So you must have seen your birthday caps, which are conical. Okay. So now what I have done is I have tried to cut the cone and try to make a net of a cone over here, like you see. And I want to show you that it has how many faces. Can you see? It has one I'll show you with the highlighter. So we can see that here, this is the vertex of a cone, right? And this one, this shape is this is one face of a cone and this is another face of a cone, right? So the curved surface here, like I have shown you in the net, this is a curved surface here and this is the curved plane surface at the bottom of the cone. So with this, can you count now how many vertices are there? Yes, there is only one vertex in a cone. There is only one edge in a cone where two faces are meeting, and there are two faces in a cone. The next shape is cylinder. Yes, and when we look at a cylinder, like here I'm showing you, you will see that it has a top, yeah, right, and it has a bottom, and then it has a curved surface here. So if you have a talcum powder or your Pringle chips, they are also packed in the cylindrical box. So quickly look for it and hold it in your hand so that we can count the edges and the faces together. So now at the top there is, so we can clearly see, let's count the faces now. So the one face at the top, and there's one face here which is a curved surface, and one face at the bottom. So children, how many faces are there in a cylinder? Correct, there are three faces. Now let's count how many edges are there. You can clearly see that these faces are meeting at, now let me see, this is one edge here, right, and this is the second edge over here where the two faces are meeting. So they're making it like this. So children, so how many edges are there? We can clearly see there are two edges in a cylinder. And the third one is, how many vertices are there? So do you see any vertices in the cylinder? No, there are zero vertices in the cylinder. The next shape is tetrahedron, and this is also called a triangular base pyramid. I want you to learn both the names, okay? Triangular base pyramid, that means it is a pyramid. The base of this pyramid is triangular base. So when we say triangular base, means there can be other bases too. So you may have pyramids which do not have a triangle as a base. It may be a square base pyramid, right? So here we have a triangular base pyramid. And look, I have, now we will be counting how many faces are there in this. So I have just colored one face with red. And can you see some other faces here? And can you count? Yes, there is one over here. That is the second face. There's one over here. That is the third face. And there's one at the back. So total, how many faces are there, children? In the tetrahedron, there are four faces. Yes, you're right. So let me just clear it. And how many edges are there? Shall we count together? So let's quickly count. So there will be, okay, so we have one edge over here. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I have one over here, 5. And one over here is 6. Okay, so total how many edges are there in the triangular pyramid? There are 6 edges in the triangular pyramid. Now it's time to count the vertices. Now the vertices I will count from this shape. Okay, because we can clearly see the vertices there highlighted. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 vertices in the tetrahedron or triangular pyramid. So children, the next shape that we will be discussing is triangular prism. This shape you will be coming across a lot when you will be doing your science practicals. And let's try to count the edges, faces, and vertices of a triangular prism. Now the first thing you should know is that in a triangular prism, the base decides the name. Like here, you can see that the base is a triangle. So the name is triangular prism. But if the base is not a triangle and it's a hexagon, then we may say it is a hexagonal prism. So you will come across of more shapes, of more prisms of which look slightly different according to the base that they have. So here the base is of a triangle here, right? So now let's quickly count the faces in a triangular prism. So here the first one is, you can see this is the first one, 1, and 1 at the back, so that is 2. and there are then 3, and then this one is 4 in front, and the one at the bottom is 5. So there are total 5 faces. Can you count the edges now? Yes. So let me just clear this and I will count the edges now. Will you count with me? Okay. So let's count. Start from here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So how many more left? Come on. And this one is 5. Yes, you're right. This one is 6. Okay. So then this is 7 and this is 8. Am I through? Or is there anything left? Yes, this one, the last one is 9. So there are total 9 edges in the triangular prism. And after that, vertices, I want you to count vertices on your own. And I have given you the final number, but then you should count the vertices on your own here. Okay, so there are 6 vertices in the triangular prism. So here I just want you to learn some more shapes which are not there in your textbooks, like prisms and pyramids. And I was telling you about it in my previous slide. There are some hexagonal pyramids here and pentagonal pyramids, and hexagonal prisms and pentagonal prisms I've taken for you. So let me just show you quickly. So like this one is a pentagonal pyramid. Look at the base. It looks like a pentagon. I'm just coloring it and filling it for you. So this looks like a pentagon, right? And the base here is in this prism is, let me just again paint it for you and fill it for you. Can you see? This is of a hexagon. So this is a hexagonal prism. Okay. Now we have here another pyramid, and let's look at the base. So this is your hexagonal pyramid. Okay, children. And the one more that I've taken here shape for you is, that is a pentagonal prism. I just want you to see that how do they look like. So here, can you see the base? This base is of a pentagon. Pentagon has 5 sides. Hexagon has 6 sides. So this is how they get their name. Okay. So now I want you to learn by heart that how many faces, edges, and vertices are there in each of these shapes. And then I have given you this worksheet. Here you can get it printed and try to revise it looking at the numbers here. So this is Namita Busnotra, and I'll be coming up with more videos for you. Till then, bye-bye.